Do you remember what was the first thing that we did with you? Do you remember when we put you on camera?
Well, obviously, when you work on this show, you're involved in a lot of comedy bits, playing various characters that may come up. So there were plenty of those going all the way back to the 90s. But to answer your question, as I think you wanted to
where
answer
you were
it,
playing Jordan, where you were yourself.
No, I was playing Man 2 in the courtroom or things like that. Those clips exist.
I understand.
Yes, I know. Yes.
But at a certain point, I think I took you out to dinner at one point, and we had a dinner. Remember that was? I don't think it was the first thing we did necessarily, but that was a moment where you and I went and had an Italian dinner, and people really got to know you. I think that's where the legend of Jordan kind of really started to grow.
You're skipping a couple of things, but that did happen. What you're describing did in fact happen, even if your chronology is off.
Okay, why don't you tell me, because I'm ignorant, what was the first thing you did where you were really just Jordan Schlansky being yourself?
Okay, in 2007, this is on the NBC show, we visited Lucasfilm Limited headquarters in San Francisco.
Okay.
I was there in a production capacity, performing the tasks which apparently you don't acknowledge that are performed. Nevertheless, I was there and ended up being pulled into the remote itself.
Yes, and I brought you in, and probably there was a spark there where people could see, this is an interesting fellow, and Conan has quite an interesting and somewhat comedic dynamic with this fellow, which probably led to us doing something else. What was the next thing?
So the next thing was during the writer's strike. This was the end of 2007, beginning of 2008, where there was really no premise at all. It was simply you and I sitting in a room and having a conversation, and I think that led to certain situational things that we had mentioned. We had tried some wine based on our initial conversation. You had rummaged through my office, and that was the first of many loosely structured ideas.
Okay. Just so you remember and that you're aware, this is not a court deposition. Okay, so you're allowed to just chat, and this, this is not going to be. There's no pressure here on you.
I don't feel any pressure whatsoever
for exact dates and for you to defend yourself.
I was presenting some context. That's all.
Okay. On to the next question. We do go to dinner, and that's when things, I think, really started to cook. People learned that you take great pride in your knowledge of certain areas of the good life. Fine wines.
Okay.
Well, yes or no?
I enjoy wine that's good. I don't claim to be any kind of expert on a particular class of wine. I just enjoy drinking wine that's good.
Okay. You also like to talk a lot about Italy.
I enjoy visiting Italy, and as a natural consequence of that, it may come up in conversation from time to time.
It came up a lot.
Many such discussions.
You had brought, someone could, a gorilla could smash through the door and start throwing coconuts at people, and you would turn that into a discussion of Italy. You take anything that happens and make it about Italy, and it's quite incredible. And then you love to parade your knowledge about Italy. So I took you to Italy so that you could show off. I thought I was doing you a favor. Was it not a favor that I took you to Italy?
It was a fun vacation. Just to be clear, I'm not interested in showing anything off. I'm really unconcerned as to what you may think of my knowledge or lack thereof. I simply know what I know, and when asked, I say what I know.
Or as Popeye says, I am what I am. So in a way, you're an Italian Popeye.
Listen, I enjoy visiting Italy. It's as simple as that. We don't need to kind of extrapolate hidden meaning.
There's no TV cameras rolling on this right now.
Okay.
It is just you and I talking, and yet the dynamic is unchanged.
Did you think the presence of the television cameras was in some way discouraging me from revealing what I do to you, and in other way altering my personality?
I didn't know, but I do love that when you start to get angry, you get a maniacal grin. Your eyebrows take this unnatural arch, much like the Riddler when cornered by his foe, the Batman. I'm sure you have your own way of talking about the Batman that's more accurate. You'd probably call, well, technically he's the Batman, because in 1951, original creator Bob Kane, blah, blah, blah. But you get a maniacal look on your puss.
Listen, this is my physical appearance. I maintain my aesthetics as best as I can. If you'd like to devote some time to exchanging comments about each other's physical appearance, I'm happy to do so.
No, I don't want to do that. I'd like to take a second now and take a little stroll down memory lane. Do you like a stroll down memory lane?
I'll go along with this premise.
You. Why? It's just me. We're buddies. Aren't we buddies?
I'm completely relaxed. I don't know why there's an accusation that I'm in some way perturbed.
you're like no one I've ever met. You're a one-off. You're an unusual occurrence in the time-space fabric. People really do enjoy our adventures together, the remote segments that we've done. I thought we'd play a couple here on the radio. I want to play one, and I'm glad you seem thrilled about it. Here's one where it's called the espresso machine remote. Do you remember this remote?
I do remember. It was a situation. You call it a remote. I call it part of my life. We had an espresso machine outside my office, and for some reason that turned heads. Maybe it was the fact that it was outside my office. That just happened to have been where there was an empty table. That's where the machine ended up.
I'm sorry.
That's where the machine ended up.
Bullshit. It just happened to be out. I tolerate 80% of this, but sometimes you step over the line, and you just did, buddy boy. You purchased with show money a very expensive espresso machine, and then where did you put it?
It was for the show. Why wouldn't it be with show money? I don't understand why this is so provocative.
And then where did you put it? You put it right outside your office, which was in this very hard-to-reach tiny cul-de-sac in our TBS office building. You could barely find it. And you tucked it outside a table that was conveniently right outside your office and practically inaccessible to anyone else. Most people didn't even know it existed.
I don't understand the relevance of the geography of the office itself. What does it matter where the table was in what particular quadrant of the office? It was available to everybody. Multiple people used the machine.
How did people know about it? They couldn't even get to it.
It's not my responsibility to make people. Would you expect some kind of announcement? Just a reminder, the espresso machine is still here should anyone need it.
It would have been nice if you told people that you purchased with show money an expensive espresso machine and put it right outside your office, which is a dead end, as many things with you are. It was a complete dead end. And so no one could even find that espresso machine. I once hired 7 baristas to patrol the office, and they couldn't find it.
It's bariste. The plural of barista is bariste. In Italian, we don't pluralize by adding an S.
I would slap you if you were beyond. I'm extending my arm, and you are God, that grinning pumpkin of yours is beyond my reach, or I would slap you right now. I would slap you full across the face.